everybody. Welcome to Art Ventures at Home. I'm Mrs. Grass with your daily dose of art. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a really great week, that you're feeling good about self-distancing, that you're creating and feeling good about the people you're with, and enjoying this time with family. I know I am. I'm doing a lot of creating, and I'm creating with the people I'm home with, and I am having a great time. Today on the docket for your lesson is recycled printmaking. Let's get started. Okay, so printmaking. What is printmaking? I'm a printmaker. That's what I went to school for. It's the primary means in which I make my art. Basically, it means I make stamps. A printmaker makes a stamp, and we take that stamp and we press it on all sorts of materials over and over and over again. I love printmaking because it's all about sharing. And a printmaker can make a stamp out of so many different kinds of materials. We don't call them stamps. We have a fancy name for them. We call them a matrix or a printing plate. And they could be made of rubber, of wood, of stone, of metal, of plastic. Today, our printing plates are going to be made of recycled materials. Things that you would normally throw out, we're going to use to make a work of art today. Here is what you're going to need. So for supplies today, you're going to need recycled materials. That's the first thing. I've got some bubble wrap here. I've got a piece of cardboard that was on the corner of a picture frame. Some old styrofoam. I've got the inside of a roll of tape. I've got some old straws, some old popsicle sticks. I've even got the lids to those applesauce squeezies and yogurt squeezies. Those are great for printmaking. I've got some of this pink plastic. It's used for embroidery. And I've got some, boxes, just things that would normally get tossed. I'm holding onto so that I can use them to print with today. They're going to become my stamps. The second thing you need today is paint. You're going to need a thicker paint, or even an ink would work for this. I'm using craft paint and acrylic paint. If you don't have those things, take out your watercolors and try those. And there's even some great recipes out there using flour and salt and food coloring to make an acrylic paint. So you know what, I'll tack that recipe on to the end of this video just in case you don't have any paint and you want to try making your own paint at home today. The third thing you're going to need today is a place to put that paint. I've got my old trusty plastic lid here. It was for a tray, to cover a tray, but I didn't want to throw it out in the garbage. I thought it could be useful, so I'm using it today for my paints. And then you're going to need something to apply the paint to your materials. You can use a brush, you can use a spoon, you can even use your own finger to put the paint on to apply it onto your shapes. And if you don't have anything, just leave it in the tray, kind of like we did for our toilet paper and paper towel printing. You can do the same thing and just press your object in and then onto your paper. Okay, so once you have all those things, you're ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little messy today, but that's okay. It's good to get messy for the sake of your artwork. I'm gonna take my apron out. Do you guys have an apron at home? Do you use an old t-shirt? Do you have one that you love like I do? I love this apron so much. It's my favorite apron. I have claimed it as my own. We have so many different kinds of aprons at the studio at Gallery North, and for so many different size people, because all of our programs are for everyone, any age, any ability. So we've got tiny little aprons and bigger aprons and aprons that cover everything and aprons that just cover the front and just cover the pants. What kind of apron do you wear? If you wear something to protect your clothing while you're creating at home, share a picture of what you're doing and send it to us, or share it on this thread. We'd love to see what you look like while you're creating. This is what I look like. Okay guys, so I have my supplies ready. I wanted to also mention that you can use cardboard for printing today. I love it when I peel the first layer of the cardboard off and I expose that corrugation. That's what this like bumpy wavy stuff is inside. It strengthens the cardboard. So I'm tearing the first layer of this off to reveal this corrugation because it'll make a nice print when I'm creating today. I also wanted to show you that I took out some noodles too because those are great for printing. A noodle or two. Okay. And I want to show you my original recycled printing picture, and this is an owl. I made my owl with some items you might recognize. This wing is corrugated cardboard, and I've got the popsicle sticks as the eyebrows. I've used cardboard for the branch he's sitting on, and bubble wrap for his body. And these leaves on the branch are actually this guy, and I suck them down. So I knew I wanted to make an owl for my first recycled printing picture. And that brings me to a plan. You should definitely plan out what you'd like to make before you start creating it. You can do that planning in the sketchbook you created with us a few weeks ago, or in a sketchbook you have, or maybe in a book or a journal you have for planning. So once you have a plan, you're ready to start making your picture. All right, so my plan today is chicken. And if I were going to show you how I made my plan, I would get out my piece of paper and I'd show you that I would think about breaking down my chicken as a shape. And I'm thinking back to our How to Draw Chickens lesson a few Fridays ago, and how you can take some simple shapes. I'm going to pick a darker marker. Some simple shapes like a half circle here and a couple of raindrop shapes for the tail. I could use something long and skinny for the neck, a circle for the head, something for the crown at the top, and then of course the legs. So this is going to be my plan for finding recycled materials that are similar in the shape or that I can cut into these shapes for printing. And it's really important that you have paper to print on. That's the one thing I forgot to tell you guys in the supply section is find something to print on. You can print on colored paper today, white paper, it's up to you, whatever you have available. I am using just a plain sheet of white paper today. All right, so I'm gonna start by figuring out my chicken body. I think I'm gonna go for a piece of bubble wrap. I love printing with bubble wrap, and it's easy to cut, so I could cut it sort of like this. Let's see. I'm gonna cut best I can because, you know, nobody's perfect here. Practice makes better. That looks like a good shape for my body. So once I have what I need, I'm gonna grab a color I like, and I'm going to make my chicken, since this is, you know, I'm making it, it's from my imagination, I can really make it any color I want. It's my chicken to design how I like. So I'm gonna make a turquoise chicken, and I'm gonna do that by painting my bubble wrap the color I want to print my chicken. You can see I've painted it just like that. And now I can flip it over and stamp it just like I did for my paper towel project. Just press it down. I'm not gonna push too hard. I don't want my bubble wrap to shift or slide because I want to get that texture. And now I'm gonna peel it up and see my chicken body. Yay! Looking great so far. I want to make some feathery pieces for the tail. So let me see what I have in my collection of supplies that I can use as a tail. This could work. I could do like 3 of those. I could also use this for the wing on the side. I think I'm going to do that because you can use multiple recyclables to do multiple things. I'm going to clean my brush off because I want my tail to be a different color. I'm going to choose red. So I'm going to load my brush up with some red, and I'm going to pick a side to print with. There, I have it painted. Okay, and now I'm going to put it down where I want the tail to go. Squish, squish, squish. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Oh no, my paintbrush fell in my paint. Look at me making a mess. But I could just use my apron and wipe it clean. Getting a little messy for the sake of my art. I'm going to paint it again because I want to have a few feathers for my tail. 2, oh, I love it. 3. I'm going to do 3 because 3s are always a good number when making art. Putting things in groups of 3s is the way to go. Okay, I've got my chicken tail. Now I want my chicken wing. Okay, so I've painted this again, and I'm going to put this down right here, and that's going to become my chicken wing. Right on top. Oh yeah, looking good. I'm going to move to the neck now, and I think I'm going to use my corrugated cardboard. I'm just going to cut a slice of it, the size I think it should be for the neck, just like that. I could have my chicken, you know, pecking down at the ground. I could have my chicken looking up like this. I think I'll do up like this. So for this, I'm going to take the color I want. I'm going to stick with the blue for the neck. So I'm going to clean my brush off so that when I dip in the blue, it doesn't get too dirty, because you know what blue and red make? They make a totally new color. They make purple. I don't want purple. I want the bluish color I made for the body, you know? I want them to match. Maybe I'll use purple in my background. Maybe your colors are limited today too. If they're limited, think about mixing the colors you have to make new colors. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going. Okay, so I've got my neck down. I've got to do my head, and I think one of these would be great. You know, this is the inside of a tape roll, and this is the cap to like an applesauce squeezy. I can hold it up and see which one looks better. I think this one's the best because it's bigger. And I'm going to, since this is so hard, I'm going to actually dip it into the paint, just like that. And then I'm going to stamp it down. I'm going to press nice and hard. Yeah, that looks great. And I'm going to keep going and think about what could be the top of my chicken's head. You know, that reddish crown they have there, and then what the beak could look like. I think I'm going to go for a bubble wrap beak. And for that, I'm going to take some orange. I'll use the orange for the beak, and I'll use the orange for my chicken talons, you know, my chicken feet. So I'm just going to brush my orange on. And I'm going to put this down here. Oh, I could tell it's going to be good. I'm going to smoosh it. There we go. It's getting there. All right. I'm going to figure out the rest of this. And then I think I'll paint the background in a little. So you just sit back and relax and watch what I do. All right, my fellow makers, I hope you had a good time learning a little bit about recycled printmaking. Printmaking is such an important part of the things that we do at the studio at Gallery North. We have a working print shop with master printmakers and makers that join us every week for some printmaking time. If you're interested in joining us for a printmaking class, when we reopen, you should come see us and to follow the things that we're offering. You can see all that information on our website, which is gallerynorth.org. Under the studio tab, you'll see what kind of programs we offer for all ages and abilities. We're not just a kiddo studio, we're a studio for everyone. I want to remind you to share what you've created today. I'd love to give you a shout out on one of our episodes. You could share what you've made on this thread, or you can tag us on our social media outlets. We are on Facebook, Gallery North, on Instagram, Gallery North LI, and you can rewatch all of our episodes of Art Ventures at Home, along with some of the other content we have for the studio and the gallery on our YouTube channel called Gallery North. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. The more likes we get, the more fun we can have with you on YouTube. If you're feeling really good today about donating to Gallery North during this very challenging time, we would appreciate it so very much. It will help us to continue to provide these free daily lessons to you. And you can do that on our website, gallerynorth.org/donate, or under the Art Ventures at Home tab. When you want to re-watch these videos, you'll also see a donate button. So click and give until it feels really good. Until next week, have a great holiday. Enjoy your time with your family. And don't forget to create, because if you continue to create, you're going to feel really, really great. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye. Hey guys, did you know that the studio at Gallery North offers a really fantastic, creative, and exciting summer program? Through the months of July and August, we offer a 7-week summer program full of creative and fun projects. It's in an intimate and safe and clean environment. Each week caps at 25 students and is taught and run by some of Long Island's best artists and educators. Each week is themed. On the docket for this summer, Star Wars Comic Book Week, Spy Week, Dino Week, and more. If you're interested in joining us this summer, registration has already begun. We're holding a discount right now. All registrants get $50 off. So if you're interested in learning more about prices and weeks and themes, check out our website, gallerynorth.org. Under the Studio tab, Art Ventures Summer Program. You'll learn everything you need to know to join us this summer. And if you really really enjoy your art ventures at home, you're going to have a great time with us at the studio for Art Ventures summer program. Come on and adventure with us this summer. We can't wait to see you.